If you are serious about what protein you use, then use what Jersey Jay-Z uses. Equip Foods Protein. Order yours now at equipfoods.com and use the promo code JerseyJZ for a special discount.
Joe Zapata.
Guys, Joe Zapata here.
Oh, for a split second, I couldn't hear you. I was like, I know what you're saying.
Joe Zapata here, and I'm here with my man, Gregg Valentino. What's up, Greg?
Not much, Joe. What are you doing?
What are you doing, man? So, I wanted to talk about it. We're going to say hello to some people in the chat, but we're going to talk about a little heat that happened, actually, we found out is,
yes.
Obviously, Chris Aceto's son and Dave Palumbo got some words were exchanged. Chris Aceto's son put on a video bashing Dave, and we were talking about it before, and I kind of, like I said, I support Dave in this. He can't control those comments. People are going to put comments. I can't control what they say about you in these comments.
Listen to me. These people in this fucking. First of all, a lot of these guys are pussies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No offense, but they're cowards. They feel strong, so they sit on there. They talk about Dave's kids. They talk about, look, you got that pussy Amanda's fucking attorney and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
they talk about.
He's a coward. That's a coward. We all know that. When you sit there and you fucking do shit like that, Dave doesn't even take those comments down to blast the shit out of him.
Yeah, they blast a lot of Dave.
Dave's a Jew. Dave's a snake salesman.
Yeah, he leaves them up.
Salesman. Dave fucking sells fake something. Dave's got a big head. Dave's this. Dave's that. Dave. They say a lot of shit about Dave.
Of
course.
He
doesn't take any of that shit down.
He doesn't.
He talks about his wife, everything. And he doesn't take any of that shit down.
He doesn't read the comments, really. He doesn't read them.
He does not read the comments. I can say that for a fact. He does not read the comments.
Read the comments, Dave. So let's put that out there.
He knows that bullshit's there, and he's like, fuck him. Let the little fucking, let the cowards fucking talk. But this kid, I guess, saw some comments maybe on the show with Chris, and Dave. And there's a little bit of a rift now. I think the kid does. I'm pretty sure the kid doesn't want his father. I did talk to Dave a little bit, so I'm not going to bullshit you. So I know some stuff. I don't think the kid he wants Chris to do the show anymore, because I think these idiots, again, the cowards who feel empowered, talk about the kid's mother and the fact that I think. Race shit, black, he's white, she's Muslim, he's and the kid this and the kid that. So I guess that stewed the kid's clams. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I get it. You shouldn't talk about family, especially if you're a coward and you're nobody. You can hide. Nobody knows who your family is, but whoever else. I get it, but this kid took it out on Dave.
Yes,
and he feels that. Dave, like Dave almost promotes this shit. Now, if you start, Joe, you've had crybabies in this fucking, in the fucking comment section here. Many a times they'd be like, Joe, did you erase my comment? Did you delete my comment?
Yes,
and then, eventually, then they're not going to want to come back, right? Because they're deleting all the comments there and all this other shit, so the kids are saying, well, Dave's pinching pennies. Dave wants to pinch. Dave wants
exactly.
But the smugness of the kid, smugness was just sitting there grandiose, I'm an IFBB pro. Don't even get me started with that, because get your pro card here, get your pro card.
And I'm going to tell you, I have a son. I don't know how old the kid is, but my son is 21, and the I'm going to say the wokeness that's into these kids these days, the younger kids. You see it. Even when I have a conversation with my son, sometimes he can go a little bit. I'm like, what? And I think Dave's channel is very pro-Trump. I think you could see that. We're pro-Trump, and you got a lot of people there. You guys are very Howard Sternish. You guys have a lot of good flavor.
Right.
Mix it up. And I think some of the people get offended very easily. And Dave, Dave is not to blame for this.
But you also have to remember, you got 2 Iranians on that show.
Correct.
Armand Adibi is Iranian. So is Amin, whatever Amin's last name.
Well,
Amin, whatever. And
yes.
also you got Sid Farr, who is not. He's not. I think he's either Pakistan or India, whatever. And he is. I don't know if I think he's Muslim. I'm not sure he's Hindu, whatever. But so much for the racism shit. Romano's married to a Spanish chick. I'm with a fucking Mexican. My kids are part black. You know what I'm saying? Their their father is black. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They do that. My kids do that fucking DNA shit, and it's funny. Everything is like there's more fucking African, all this fucking Uganda, this, that, the other thing. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But the word racism today is used too easily. And you're racist, and that tries to submit.
That's the first thing they do to shut you up. You're racist. And then you're like, oh, what?
Submit people. Ever since that BLM shit, which was a fucking phony too, because they all live
Which
in white.
started under Obama, believe it or not.
Oh, it definitely did. Obama, I tell when black people start screaming and crying, I tell them, well, let me ask you a question. You had 8 years of a black president. What did he do for you? What did Kamala Harris do for you? Nothing, right? Nothing. So what do you want? That's not. He's the Satan to me. But I won't even get into that one.
Okay.
But getting back to this kid, the kid with that smug look on his face and sit there and do this.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, let me tell you, Dave. And I'm an IFBB pro, and I want to be the future of bodybuilding, and I believe I will be. And I want you to have no future in bodybuilding. You should not be in. Whoa! And like Dave said to me, he never said why though. He never came out. What? Because Dave doesn't delete fucking like the cowards in there that talk shit.
You know how many times people talking shit about you and like
Dude,
you get mad at me?
Articles, the most hated man in bodybuilding.
Do you call me up, Joe? Take him down, Joe. Take him down. You don't call me up in the picture and yell at me. No,
I mean there's a line that you don't.
Of course,
really
you don't draw,
family, right? But there's a line, but especially if you're a coward and nobody knows who you are, come to me with one face, not two faces. You know who I am. Be a man. Man up. Don't be Amanda's attorney or some other fucking fake name bullshit like that. Be a man. Man up. Come on here as you are. Come on. We'll even put you on. You can talk with me. I'm not going to threaten or do it. I can't give 2 fucks. You know what I'm saying? I don't sweat this shit when I get off here. Neither do you.
Yep. But I was going to tell you, this kid who came out there and was saying, "Oh, the future of bodybuilding doesn't want Dave in it."
Who the fuck are you?
Dave's career. I mean, Dave has built what he built was part of bodybuilding. Dave's knowledge is amazing. And
Dave's worked for the magazines for years. Dave fucking built a fucking dude. Dave has done more for bodybuilding. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's what I don't understand. And
is he out of his mind? His father's a great trainer. I'll give him that.
Yes.
But he hasn't done more for bodybuilding than Dave has. Dave even created supplements. I mean, Dave gives out free advice. If you said to Dave, I got I got a fucking boil on my ass. What should I do for it? He'd tell you what to do.
Yes, Dave would. I would text him, Dave, tell me about this, and he'll give you a 1-line or 2-line answer because he's very busy. But he'll respond to you and tell you. I mean,
but that's just ridiculous. Would you feel the need? Do you have to make a whole video? And you know what I don't like? There's guys I know that I'm friends with, and Dave's friends with, that are in that comment section over there. And they're like, some of them have their own little websites and their own little fucking thing. I'm not going to make any names. Some I worked with. And they're like, yes, good for you. You're right. It should be. You fucking coward fuck.
Well, the bodybuilder Sean Caleria, he agreed with you, Greg. He said you made a great point. The kid, he said you made a great point. And it's not that the kid was a little bit disrespectful because he should have called Dave privately.
You called Dave. You know what he said?
Hey,
and he's almost like pitting his father agaast Dave.
Yes.
And that's what I don't like. Now, does he tell his father, I don't want you going on that podcast anymore? He's a racist. He's talking, though he allows people to talk about mom, my mother, your wife. He said on there, he did say something about, it's like, what? Because a black man, a white woman, white man loves a black woman. He said that on there. Did you see that? He said
that part. No.
He said something like, you're going to make a comment? Dude, what are you talking about? That's everywhere. It's on every fucking TV show. It's everywhere. Who cares?
Yeah. And I mean, some of those troll comments were very nasty towards him, and I get it. Yeah. They were. I saw some of those comments. They were bad towards, Aceto's son. But that's the trolls we live in today. All of them scared behind a computer.
Well, dude, if you want to get yourself a big name and you're going to be somebody on the internet and do all this. You're the future of bodybuilding. You better get used to some criticism. You better get
Yeah.
used to some
You got to get the
criticism.
thin skin. Yes.
You got to get, yes, your skin has got to be super paper thin because it's ridiculous.
It
You know
is.
what I mean? You think this kid, but it's just but also the smugness, the way he talked to him, like
Yes.
flaring his nostrils, just sitting there.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who he was until
It's like staring.
it calls out Dave Palumbo, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Because the only thing I read is because of Dave's name was there. I said, "Oh, what's
But
going on?"
there's quite a few people
I
I'm
don't know who-
disappointed in there, Joe. That people who are big in the industry, they're sitting there saying that I know personally and know Dave and talk with Dave and stuff, and they're over there like, "Good for you." Yes, he should be. You can't go through every fucking comment on
No,
the
you can't.
fucking
You know how
thing.
many times I try to keep up with comments? I can't keep up with them.
No, and these guys are fucking, they got no life, so they're gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what they do.
Dave's got his kids. He's got other things to worry about doing the shows. I know how it is, but for him to get bashed like this is not fair to Dave.
No, it's not fair to
it's
Dave.
not fair. And look, we've had our issues with Dave too, and I said,
Yeah, but
we're cool.
we've had like legitimate things, and we call each other up. It doesn't mean I'm not friends with. I tell him
Of
I'm
course.
still friends with you. I still love you, but you're wrong. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're wrong. Of
Whatever or whatever. I'm upset about what you said. Whatever. And then we squash it, and we're
Mhm.
back to fucking buddies again. But you don't get on it. Where do you? He said he was Dave was shocked because he said I remember going to dinner with you when I was 7 years old. He said I don't know it was Golden Corral. I said where it was or one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah. Heard that part.
And then he said, I never liked you, Dave. I don't like you at all. I hate you. It was something like that. He just went on and on. And I'm not the only I don't think there's anybody in this sport that likes you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's
Are you fucking kidding me? And I know some of you fucking guys, little trolleys in the fucking troll land over there. I know some of you might fucking feel like, fuck Dave, fuck him. But you don't know Dave. He's a fucking good guy. I'm just telling you. Everybody has their issues, but
Yeah.
he's a good guy. Okay, in the long run, he's not a bad guy at all. He's a very good guy, and he doesn't deserve that. And that guy, he's known Chris Aceto before that kid was born.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that kid wasn't even a thought when he knew Chris Aceto, and now I think he even said to me, Greg, I got to be honest with you. I don't know if we're going to be doing a show anymore. He goes, I want to. He goes, but is Chris is the kid gonna give Chris and will he cave in? He might. He goes, I'm not sure what's gonna go on. If the kid says to you, his father, how can you do? And then maybe the wife,
Exactly.
the wife sits there, and maybe says to him, who knows? I'm not accusing the wife of anything. I don't know, but I'm sure the whole.
If my son came out and did a video saying Gregg Valentino's a piece of this and garbage like that, the first thing I say to my son is, he's my friend, first of all. You don't know him, okay? Right. And I said, you're going to take that down. I'm going to put my foot in your ass because you don't know him. We've been
right, exactly. You say, plus it makes him look like he's talking for you.
Correct.
And that's the way I took this. My father told you to take the posts down and wants no comments on the videos. That's what he said. Very smug.
Mm-hmm.
And he stares I hate that shit. He stares, and before he says the word, he stares.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says it, and he's in a very smug way. My father doesn't want comments on those videos. Oh, ooh, are you delicate? And I don't believe that. I don't know if that's really true or not. About the if Aceto really wants those things taken off. I don't know. This is all news to me. I did talk to Dave at length today about it, and he's not happy. I can tell you that now.
Well, he shouldn't because it's not his fault.
But it makes it sound like your son's talking for you. If that was my kid too, I'd be the same way. You fucking go talk to. That's my friend. Yes, you're my son, and I got this. You too. I'll fucking talk for me.
Yes, take down that video right now.
I don't need you to tell my friend, the guy I'm doing the show with. You know what I mean? If I decide, listen, if Chris doesn't want to do the show, if he doesn't like comments, we can shut all these little fucking,
Yeah, we can shut all the comments down.
I can shut this off right now, and there'd be no comments, and Joe and I could sit here, and you guys would be like, damn, I really want to tell him he sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, bag of oil. But we don't do that. We don't do that at all. Okay? I'm just saying, Dave could do that, but he won't do it. And it's not because he wants money, but he also, first of all, it is a business. for him, especially. You know what I mean? That's his business. You know, we don't make a living off this.
No.
But the thing is that he has the right to keep the comments on, and it makes you. First of all, you guys, I'm pretty sure most of you guys wouldn't want to come back here if you can't fucking tell us how fucking piece of shit we are, or whatever. Fucking blast me, and you know, I'm whatever fucking bag of boy, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That makes you fucking feel like part of the show, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But you know, that's disrespectful. Like his son would do that. Like back in the day, if you did that and to your father's friend, your father would probably put
my father would kick my ass. I'm going to be honest with you. My father would be like,
100%. I'd be the same way.
I don't
Same
need
fucking
you to
way.
fucking talk for me. My father would make me apologize. My father would make
Yes.
me,
That's
if it
what
was
the
an
difference
internet
today.
shit, my father would get your fucking ass over there. Now make an apology video right now. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And you
Yeah.
better fucking have your tail between you, because my father was a rugged fucking guy. But the thing is, just the whole smugness and the way this kid was almost like entitled.
Yeah.
And it crosses.
I do see, Greg, and I don't want to say this because, you know, but I do see a little wokeness in here.
There is wokeness in it. I already know some inside shit. You know,
Okay.
the kid
I
went to Vermont.
I see some wokeness going around.
College in Vermont, you know, I was told, and all that. And you know, one of the people I would air said that's a very woke. You know what I mean? You know, that's what Bernie Sanders, blue fucking state. You know, the oligarchy. Bernie Sanders. Fucking,
But
we need to charge the millionaires.
yeah, but that should have been handled privately, I think, and it should have been. Well, maybe it was handled and he didn't do anything. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but look, there's not
a fucking podcast where there's nobody fucking throwing shade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone throws shade.
Yeah, these guys, they masturbate to this shit. No, I just told Jay Cutler to go fuck himself.
And he's in a sport where he's going on stage and he's going to get a lot of shade thrown at him, the kid.
Well, you know, you get some of these people. Good for you. You know, the racism is bad today. They're all racist over there at RX, which is the biggest crock of shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you think Sid Farr would sit there if Dave was, you know, anti-Muslim, No, he's not. He wouldn't be sitting. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You have no idea. You know, and I don't even think Sid's. Lucia, is Sid Muslim or is he Hindu? What's Sid? Sid, what is he Muslim?
No, I don't know.
She thinks he is, yes. She knows. We all know Sid very well. I love Sid. Sid's a great guy. But he would not tolerate Dave. If Dave was really anti-Muslim and all that shit, Sid would not be.
Yeah.
Sid would not tolerate that. It would be an insult to him.
Yeah.
You know what? I guess they mix up too a little bit because we do the pro-America shit. You know, listen, Armand's whole family's from Iran. You know, Amin's family's from Iran. We're good friends with King Kamal. Kamali's family's from Iran. You know, they're Persian, but they live in Iran. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, when we sit there and we talk about, like, you know, America first, you know, fuck Iran, whatever, has nothing to do with the race. I don't give a shit what your skin color is. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm the one who sent you that video, I think, right?
I think you did, yeah. I never saw it. I didn't know.
It was me because I said to Lucia.
And all that, I'm a pro shit. I'm sorry, but that don't impress me because everybody's pro. And I saw the video. I'm not going there. You know, and today there's guys who compete, and it's you against another guy. It's two guys in a class, and you know, or you become a pro. And I'm not even going there, but regardless.
Yeah. But I mean, the way he talked a little bit seemed like he was like.
Excuse me, the smugness.
You know, and his father's a great trainer, but you know, Dave is knowledgeable. Respect Dave's knowledge, at least, you know.
but listen, Chris Aceto is not the most rugged, you know, like do something. If you don't like it, Chris, I love you. If you're watching this, I love you. I make jokes, but you know, I love you. But don't fucking do your own talking and you know, curb your dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, put the dog on a leash. You can't, you know, I know it's your kid, but you can't let your kid that you look. First, it doesn't make you look too good when your kid's got to do the talking for you.
Yeah, and I mean, and the comments. I mean, you can't stop comments. There's 100, you know, comments. I mean, I can't go through every comment and delete it. You know, I mean, I could just label the whole thing, but you know, and Dave does not read the comments. He doesn't pay attention to them. He doesn't care.
First of all, 90% of the comments are attacks on Dave.
Yes.
Dave's family.
Yes.
Dave's family. Dave's a Jew. Dave's this. Dave's that. Dave's snake oil. Dave. I don't want to hear that. And you want to talk about racism? There's more anti-Jew stuff on there than there'll ever be anti-Muslim stuff. So I don't want to hear that shit. Okay,
Yep.
they're constantly Dave's Italian, okay, but he also his mother was Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Italian and a Jew, and you know he was raised Italian and everything, but he also had the Jewish side to him. So he embraces his both sides of his heritage. He doesn't he's definitely more Italian than he is that. I mean, he loves his father was he idolized his father, and his father was very Italian, but. I'm just saying, you can't sit here and say that shit when that guy's been blasted more than anybody. Has been called. How many times you had Dave the Jew?
Yeah.
Jew, Dave,
we got Dave's divorce lawyer. Dave's divorce lawyer is in the chat right now. Dave's.
Oh, there we go. Who is that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What? Greg, let's settle the beef.
Beef. If your daughter wins MMA, I'll leave forever, but I'm with your son-in-law. I'm your son-in-law deal. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know what that means either.
Who knows? Well, we got Greg Hoffman's in there. He says the mirrors at Planet Fitness are calling you, Joe. Yes, they are. Right. Dan says, Dan, what's going on? Dan, hi, Joe and Gregg. Able to catch you live tonight.
Joe, I'll tell you what. If this fucking guy would be willing to come on here, show his face, Amanda's attorney. My daughter's right downstairs smoking a fucking blunt with a couple of her friends. Swear to God. If you show your face and be willing, I could probably guarantee my daughter will take you in the fucking octagon. My daughter also boxes, does all Muay Thai boxing and jiu-jitsu.
V99 says, Greg,
I would bet Amanda's attorney, show your face. I'm calling you out right now. Show your face. Do the real guy. Come on here as yourself. I can set it up. I guarantee my daughter kick your ass. Want to bet me? She'll choke you out. She's very tough. She has she fights guys all the time.
Yeah, your daughter's very tough.
You lose with that one. She is bad. I'm telling you right now.
This one, V99 says, Greg, are you getting mentally prepared for a Greece flight?
Are you? Whatever your name is, V whatever.
Yeah. There's Holly. Holly's in there. Hope everyone's doing well.
Holly's one of the good ones.
Yeah, Holly. John Mancini, what's going on? Hope all is well.
John's another one. He's a good guy.
And then we got Steve Z's there.
Oh, Steve, what's going on, my brother? Me and Steve been working on some shit the last couple of days.
Let's see. John Mancini says, Joe and Gregg, that's a troll account.
Steve, I love you.
Let me block him. Which one? I don't see.
Wait. Who? Somebody else? Greg. Joe, delete that account above. No, we gotta know. Wait, is this the real John Mancini or is the other one John Mancini?
I don't know. I think this.
Wait a minute now.
This second one is, I don't know. The second one seems like he's the troll because there's two eyes on the end of his name. The top one only has one.
So maybe he should get blocked.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. That's why they try and play you here.
Come on, what's wrong with you?
Harry Ball says, Aceto's kid went after Dave. Yes, Chris Aceto's kid posted a video on Instagram, and he sort of attacked Dave for the troll comments that some of them were racial, and they said mention about him. And
I wish the kid the best, but you listen. You opened a can of worms, and now you got to fucking, you pray for rain. You got to deal with the mud, right? There you go. That sometimes, that's what happens. You opened up this can of worms. I'm friends with Dave. I like your father. I said to the kid, I wish you the best. I hope all your dreams come true. I hope you're the future of bodybuilding. But don't talk for your father. And have your father do his own talking, and don't accuse people. Says keep that racism shit. Point that finger at yourself because you're wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep. Harry Boss. I'm friends with CM Griff. Greg's friends with him too. Does she know name is a joke but not a troll? I don't know.
Who am I friends with? I'm sorry.
With CM Griff.
CM Griff.
I don't know.
I'm not sure who that is yet. You'd have to tell me. The only one I'm really it's Steve Z in the Steve Z.
Yeah. Harry says, where's the post or comments from Chris's kid? You go on Instagram and his name is Farid Muhammad Aceto, and you'll see it on Muscle Discord. Also posted it.
Go to Muscle Discord. That's where it is. You'll see it,
but then you can go and he connects it to go to Muscle Discord. You'll see the post on Instagram. Then you can see the full post on his because it's connected. But he sits there and bashes Dave, and it's not fair to Dave.
Dave's my friend, but I'm part of that. I take it also personally because, there's fucking guys, Joe. You know what really stews my clams? There's a few guys on there that say shit about me, Romano, and Dave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they follow me on Instagram. What do you follow me for? If they're saying I'm racist, we're racist. Yeah, I'm racist. You know what I mean? I'm racist. I'm sexist. I say I'll bang a tranny. I fuck black chicks. I fucked every race. I get the fucking piece of broccoli in my dick from fucking a goddamn Filipino. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit. Believe me, you can fucking pull all that shit you want.
Let's see. Dan said everything's good. The kids are on summer break, so they're staying up later than usual. That's why I haven't been able to join lately. Well, that's good.
That's
Thank you,
good.
Dan, for
Listen,
coming up.
enjoy your kids, man. They're more important than us. We're momos.
Yeah, exactly. And, the whole thing with Aceto, though, it just shows you. I just
This
don't.
sport is so fucking petty, Joe. Everybody, a lot of the pros too, are so fucking. He said that if somebody says like, "Go, Derek Lunsford had," if somebody was saying something about him, I don't know. He had some fucking. That's just somebody saying he had PMMA or some bullshit that in his leg or so. I don't know where the fuck he had it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't believe I think he's a great champion. Leave him alone. But whatever. Then he freaks out. They all everybody fucking freaks out. If I freaked out of all the times Big Bad Bear fucking says I'm floating in oil or everybody else, whatever, I could give two shits. Two shits.
100%. And those who say you're racist and this and that are usually ones that got a lot of things to hide in their closets.
That's right. When somebody farts and they blame, he who smelt it dealt it. He who denied it supplied it. It's usually the racist. I'm tired of it. The word racist has lost its fucking. There's a real meaning behind that word, but it's not just you made a joke about that, you're racist. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that, bro.
Yeah, you're like I'll give you a great one too. Like Royce Clayton, he played for played for the Texas Rangers. Royce Clayton.
Yeah.
Okay, so this tells you how people sort of two-time. So he was a teammate with Chad Curtis. Remember Chad Curtis?
Yeah, of course I remember Chad Curtis. I think he's in prison. I'm not sure.
He is in prison. So listen to the story.
Okay.
So Roy Clayton was in the locker room doing his shoes, and he had music on, and he was playing it loud. He was playing the thong song. Remember the thong song?
Yeah, thong, 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 thong.
Chad Curtis came over, boom, shut it down like that. So he looked at it, and he went over and turned it back on. Started doing his lacing up again. Chad Curtis came over, boom, shut it down. And Royce Clayton went over, put it on. So this went on for a couple minutes. Then finally, Royce Clayton said, if you shut this off again, Chad, we're going to have a problem. Chad came over, shut it. They started tussling. So Chad said to him, those lyrics on those songs are bad. They're racist. The kids, there's kids in this room. There's kids in this room. That's what he was saying. There's kids in this room. And Royce Clayton's like, there's no kids in here. He goes, no, they're young kids. Meanwhile, years later, Chad Curtis gets busted for sexually abusing kids. Shows you that the people who point the finger are usually something to hide in the back.
And what kids are going to be in the locker room unless it's the kids of the players? And I don't know how thong is racist. It's more sexist, if anything else.
That's exactly right. But Royce Clayton was like, I don't know where this is coming from. And he says he always thought Chad was very weird, very weird like that. He was doing that. And he says, sure enough, the guy's messing with kids.
If the word racism is used with everything, like if Lee Priest was here, forget about it. Lee actually carries a card in his fucking wallet. Remember, you saw it, I think, right? Where he said, "What does it say? My white privilege card. I'll trade this white privilege card for your black victim card."
Yep.
He has a black victim card too.
Harry Ball said, "What caused Chris's kid to comment?" Not sure what you guys are talking about. What happened?
Listen, I didn't know Chris had. I knew Chris had kids, but I didn't know his kids were Muslim and mulatto, whatever. My ex-wife's mulatto. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. What I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe what caused it was they might have been talking about his kid or something, or Chris Aceto was doing a show with Dave like he does every week. And you fucking trolls get on there and start blasting Chris's kid. Oh, he's this, he's whatever. And his mother, because I guess these people today know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? So, he's Muslim, he's this, he's that. The wife wears a hijab. I think it was something like that. So they were throwing shade, which I understand. But dude, it's not cool to talk about family, and I do feel like if they do talk about family, we should try to put the kibosh to it. But Dave doesn't go to it. Nobody's family gets blasted more than Dave.
Yeah. So
ask Amanda's attorney; he'll tell you.
Yeah. So Harry, those comments were going. Those comments were going, and
the kid just fucking blew a stack and probably told his father. And his father told Dave, "Can you please turn off those, comments and stuff?" And I think it was like Dave said, "Listen, the comments stay on because You know, it's part of this is a business model, and if you start doing that, actually, believe it or not, this is what I was told, Joe. I don't know if you know this. Not these comments; these are fucking momos, right? I'm talking about the comments on the actual comments, you know, down below.
And
Not the show comment. That YouTube will actually start like pushing your video back so you don't get the hits and stuff.
Yes,
So
because they
Dave
want
told
promotion.
Chris, I'm not going to stop the comments or something like that. I'm not going to, you know, but so I guess the people kept going. And then Chris's son freaked out. And then he starts telling him, I never liked you. Basically, nobody likes you. I can't think of anybody in this industry that likes you. Now, you can't say that, bro. Where do you come off saying that shit? You know what I'm saying? How long you been in this industry? 2 years? What? You know what I mean? Like, bro, I got fucking, you know.
Yep, I don't know.
Dick
The Big Bad Bear said, question for Gregg. When you were talking yesterday about your old pal from Van Halen, Vic Valenti,
Yes.
what led you falling out with him?
I never had a falling out with Rick Valenti, ever.
No.
Never.
Matter of fact, Rick Valenti said he was going to come on the show with me and you.
I never had a fallout with Rick Valenti. Rick Valenti was at my house. It was, I probably shouldn't. I'm not going to tell the story. I'll tell you the story, Joe. I might have already told you the story.
You told me the story already.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you the story on here because it caused a problem with one of the people in the story.
Yeah,
and it caused a problem because it's ironic because it has something to do with Aceto. Because he was
I know.
Anyway.
I'll keep that. Anthony Z said, it wasn't Gregg's comment on After Hours when he told Romano if he needs to be knocked out of the dentist chair, then listen to Aceto. He's making jokes about Aceto.
Oh, okay.
You know how you're making jokes about him when
I wasn't sure if they really thought I made a comment. I don't know about knocking out Aceto or something. I don't know what the hell. I always make jokes. I say Aceto combs his hair with a pork chop because you know what it is. He's a very intense guy and he's always like thinking and he's a very smart guy. Chris Aceto is a very smart guy. You know, so he'll be sitting there sometimes and he'll be like, you know, so I make jokes. Oh, Chris, but I always say when I can't sleep, I'll just turn on Dave and Chris Aceto, and they only mean that because they talk like technical and shit like that. You know, I think that taking out the carbs. I did that with Big Ramey, and I know, and I'm sitting there going, you know, like that, you know.
Yep, 100%.
But it's a joke. I like Chris, and of course, I love Dave.
Yep,
come on.
Anthony Z said, if you're going to be in the spotlight, then you have to deal with the idiotic comments. Get over it.
Thank you.
You're right, Anthony.
Listen, you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, it's the truth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Rain, you got to deal with the mud. You know, if that's what you want to be big wheel, there's nobody. Fucking look at fucking. I mean, everybody. He came up to me and introduced himself to me. What the hell's his name? The big guy. The fucking. Oh, and I keep saying he cuckold his wife, cuckolds him and shit.
Larry Wheels.
Larry Wheels. I didn't even know who he was. He came up to me and introduced himself to me one time. He's a fucking big guy. You know, and look at him. He's popular. The more popular he gets on the fucking internet, people talk about him, his girlfriend, whatever. You know, I'm just saying, that's kind of how you know you arrived. You know what I mean? It's when the people start blasting the shit out of you. You know?
Exactly right. That's how you know you arrived. William Allen says, pro cards mean nothing. Without social media, they're broke.
Yes, William Allen, you hit the nail on the head, William. It is so. They mean get your pro card here. Pretty soon they're gonna be on the back of milk bottles and shit. You know, like the old Mets fucking back in the '70s. They put the Mets fucking baseball tickets on the back of the fucking milk can because you couldn't even sell a ticket. You know what I mean? But it's watered down. They keep adding new fucking. There's like now they're gonna have like chubby chicks or some Zoftic built or what. I don't know. They got all these fucking new. You know, like. Guys with like big asses and small weight but big tits and shit like like that Zoftic. I'm just saying they want to add a new fucking every year. They're looking for a new thing. Soon they'll have guys with big noses and fucking bald heads and shit, and I'll be in.
100%. Let's see. We got Harry Ball says, "Do you guys read the chat?" Well, that's what we're doing.
No, we read the chat right here. I don't read any of the comments and stuff.
I mean, some of the comments I do try to get to, but there's so many sometimes I can't.
It's hard sometimes. So some guys just keep going and going and jump a different profile or to say something and jump to different profile. You know what I mean?
Yep. Holly says it's sad we're still dealing with racism.
It is, but you know what it is, Holly? I don't believe it's racism. That's not racism. What's going on with Dave and all that's not racism. That's just the word racism is a real word. It's the real. That's no good. I'm not down with that shit at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gina, there's a punk on here. I should fucking have you fuck him up. He says shit. Huh? No, seriously, what would you do to him? Would you kick his fucking
She'd
ass?
kill him. She'd kill him.
But he can't hear you. You're shaking your head. Gee, just say something. They can't see you. Where are you? Just
Gina. What's up, Gina?
What's up?
Oh, you heard, no, you heard her.
Yeah, there you go.
Gina, might have to take care of my lightweight over here.
Dan said Dave might not even read the comments. He doesn't read.
I can tell you now, Dave doesn't read the comments because there's people say shit about his kids. They say shit about his ex-wife. They, if you knew his girlfriend now, who I know very well, you know what I'm saying? She's been here to eat at my house many a time. Her and my girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? They would be attacking that. You know what I'm saying? They attack everybody. They attack Romano. They attack all of us. But you know, Holly, when the races, we're all fucking. John Romano's married to, like, I don't know if she's Mexican or Colombian or something like that. I forgot what she is. You know, my girlfriend's Mexican. My girlfriend could not speak English till she was 7 years old. You know, my ex-wife, Gina's mother, and my daughter's part black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I don't give a shit. You know, it's all. You got to have. You know, there's got to be like facts about race. There's got to be something like that you could say, like, oh, Dave said, you know, I'm not going to even make a joke, but just Dave said something that's seriously racist. But if the racism goes both ways today the white man shit on a lot. I'm not going to fucking get into that, but regardless.
Yeah, Harry Ball says, what happened? Harry, we've been talking about it.
Harry.
What are you talking about? Anthony Z, I hate when the kids are only known because of their dads.
You know, that's another thing. I don't know if he doesn't like the fact that Dave is so close with his father. There's videos. The kid said I remember going to like
some restaurant or something.
Yeah,
right?
I don't remember the restaurant. Golden Corral, one of those fucking. It probably wasn't Golden Corral. I don't know. One of those fucking places like Chili's or something like that with Dave, and when he was 7, and then and even now, and he said, "I never liked you. I never fucking liked you." And then there's videos of him all smiling, talking with Dave. You know, they're doing interviews at bodybuilding shows. Why don't you tell him, do me a favor, excuse me, do me a favor, leave. I don't like you. I don't want to talk with you. Why don't you do that? Why didn't you do it then? You said you never liked him. And that nobody likes him. You can't think of anybody. Why? Because you got a bunch of your little woke friends that walk around here. Dave's a racist. He's got the fucking guys on the pro-America. You know, Palestine. You know, get out of here with all that. I mean, we got Armand Adibi. You got fucking, again, you got Amin Alai, you know, when he's out. You know, you got Kamali and shit, you know, who's one of our guys. You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
Yep. Anthony Z said, Dave gets more hate than anyone and takes it on the chin. Aceto's son is delusional.
He does. He does take it on
Dave
the chin.
gets a lot of hate, you know?
Yeah.
Harry Ball says, read the chat, guys. Harry, I don't know what you're talking about. We've been reading the chat for a long time and answered.
I don't know if he's talking to us or he's talking to the other guys.
Yeah. Chris Kid said that, Greg? Yes, he did. He said, Greg's, I'm friends with Chris McGriff offline.
Chris
McGriff, you had him on with Big Frank. I don't know who that is.
Wait a minute. Wait, no. Wait, was it? Is that,
Greg, I'm friends with Chris. I don't know who Chris McGriff is. I don't know.
Wait, who did I have on with Big Frank? No, I had on, my brain is shot. I'm sorry. That name does sound familiar. Yes, wait a minute. Is that the kid that we had on Joe Pietaro's?
Maybe.
That Chris?
Maybe.
There's a Chris we used to have on with Joseph. Jesus Christ, you're Joe Zapata, right? I'm constantly calling Joe Pietaro Joe Zapata all the time.
Know.
He laughs, and I call Joe. I'm shot.
I don't know.
His name. I'm sorry, whoever said that.
Yep, Anthony Z said, like Greg, Dave has been entertaining us since MD days. He's an OG on the sport. Respect him. Yeah, and that's what I said.
Thank you.
My father would kick my ass and be like, "That's not happening."
You make it look like your father can't talk for himself, but you sit there with your arms crossed like this, and you had this face. You know, sometimes my girlfriend does that when she gets pissed. She does this. I'll say something and she'll just stare at me, and I'm like, "What are you staring at? Well, why are you staring? Say something."
Yeah, that's.
And I'm like, "Okay, all right, whatever." He flares his nostrils and arms crossed. I mean, come on. Look, I'm sure you're a nice kid. Maybe not. But the thing is that you don't need to talk to your father. Talk for your father. You know, and if you got a beef, call Dave. And you said that Dave reached out to your father for your father to take something down. No, I know the whole story behind that too. That's because you went and started doing this whole attack thing, and Dave said to Chris, "What the fuck's going on? What's going on?" Because I guess this isn't the first time he came out and said something.
Maybe.
Dave said, "What the fuck's going on?" And Chris said, "Don't ask me to do. Don't ask me to tell the kid to take it down because he'll never take it down."
Yeah.
And Dave said, "All right, fine. I don't need him to take it
down.
down." But now, but you want him to take your shit down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's where it's kind of.
And listen, let me just explain something to you. And like what Holly was just saying, and Joe, there is racism out there, and I'm going to tell you something. Get ready, because if you do climb high here, there are going to be people. If you come from a family where that's prevalent, and, you know, mom wears this or whatever, there's going to be people down the road that are going to fucking throw shade at you. I'm just saying. And what are you going to do? Beat up the internet? I'm going to fight you? Then you're going to go to jail. You know what I mean? It's
because
you're going to have, again, pray for rain. You got to deal with the mud. That's what
because Aceto's kid could have opened himself up to more hate coming his way.
Absolutely. Now that you got some of these
guys, the trolls know. They said, "Aha!"
Masturbate to that. They can't wait till you do your next video.
We got him. We shaking him.
Throw all kinds of shit at you. I'm just telling you.
Yep. So the trolls live for that shit. They're like, "Oh man, we're gonna."
And you know what? If there was something, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Dave even told me if somebody said something about the kid's mother, and you know, on there, and you know that. Dave told me if the kid would have called me or let me know, I would have gone and taken it off. He goes, I will take certain things off if it's bad and if it's, you know, like that, you know. Yeah. But you didn't do that. Instead, you bitched to your father. Your father went into this you know, whatever.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to throw a little jab. I'm going to throw a little jab at Dave, though. I'm going to throw one little jab at Dave. Because when we had our little beef with Dave, too, and like I said, I support Dave here. He ambushed you on the show once or twice, and I know that, and he threw that, but we obviously settled it because we said, "Hey, Dave, you could have called me or whatever, and we've been fine." But he ambushed you on the show. We're fine now. Me and Dave talk. We're cool. Everything. I support him in this situation. But you know, Dave threw his jab at you.
I've had disagreements with Dave.
Of course,
we talk about it. Him and I've talked on the phone. I've disagreed. He's disagreed. Sometimes we've done it even on our ex. You know what I mean? But it's over. I don't hold. He's my friend.
Yes.
You know, he's also been very good to me, and you know, I love the guy, and I'm just telling you, that's the way it is. You know, sometimes look at me and Joe Pietaro. We had a whole.
You guys had a whole fight, a whole rumble,
and you know, and we're friends. Well, I love him. I love Joe. It's just sometimes brothers have fights, you know. But you get over it. You don't sit there and make these videos, you know. Yeah,
I mean,
nobody likes you.
Yeah, I mean, and I know you and Joe. Your situation was bad for a little while. It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And Christian Duke threw some shit in there. You know,
so I remember it was bad.
And now I work with Christian again, and I did. You know, it's all. You know, we don't let that shit fester. You know, but that was a personal thing between us. It was nothing like, you know, it wasn't internet shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just you know, just a disagreement. That's all. We're all friends.
Yep. Anthony says, Gregg, now you can have your dream job and take a Aceto spot on HMR talking about.
Guys, listen. I grew up eat, sleep, and dreaming, whatever, bodybuilding. I loved bodybuilding. I still love bodybuilding, but I love it for me. It's not the same sport that I fell in love with. Do you understand? It's just not, you know, I was in the 70s competing, and I was into the 80s. And even in the 90s, I loved bodybuilding still, and it was great. And those guys were phenomenal. It was fun going to the shows. But today, the internet's made things way worse, and everybody today is fucking. Everybody's so delicate. Everybody's feelings get hurt. You have no idea how many times we've had to fucking mop up everybody. You know, people crying, especially these guys today. They're really bad. There's a lot of shit I know behind the scenes. I'm not getting. So I'm going to be opening a can of worms. What is he saying here? What's Big Bad Bear saying here? He's got. I see a blue thing. Isn't that somebody? He gives you money.
So what Big Bear says? Joe P and Gregg almost fought at Strong and Shapely. Yes,
we did. Yeah, we did. We did. But we're friends. It was a moment. You have a moment. Two brothers. You have a moment. It's over.
Yep, it's over.
It's over. we're friends. I love Joe. Joe Pietaro's in my inner circle. So is Joe Zapata. Those are my boys. We're friends.
Yeah, of course. But I don't know. But I'm the type of person I would never.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have got to that.
That wouldn't have got
But
to make with level with me because I'm different. I know sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we were two hot-headed guineas that moment, and it was just a thing.
Yeah.
But it was over, right? Like that fast.
Yep. Anthony Z says, with that smug look, you can tell when someone has never gotten punched in the face.
I don't want to go there. Look, I'm not looking for the kid. I hope it doesn't pull no tough guy shit because it's not going to happen. But
I hope they can work it out. I really do. I hope they can work it out.
I hope they can work it out too.
But I don't think he was. I think the way he stands, I think it's.
There's so many fucking people in that goddamn fucking
I know.
comment section that are friends with Dave, that know Dave, that kiss Dave's ass, okay, and are talking shit. And I'm like, how dare you fucking... There's two or three that I worked with, some from MD. You read between the lines with that. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Stop being a fucking brown noser and a fucking, they say racism, so I don't want to be involved. That politically correct. Yes, you're right. That's really bad. Dave has no fucking... Dave, it doesn't control what's written. And again, he's been called a Jew or fucking everything a million fucking times on there. A million times. There's so much shit written about him on that fucking thing. Forget about it.
Yeah, there's so much about Dave. What we got here? Lucas Dukin says we could actually get a hacker to see who Amanda is actually.
Do it. Get it.
Do it.
I'll tell you what, Lucas, I'll give you what can I give him? I'll give you something free from me.
It wouldn't be that hard to get someone off fear to expose them.
I'll give you a signed book. I'll give you a signed pay.
Yeah, Lucas, if you could hook us up, there's a couple people we want to actually help with.
Just make them shit their fucking pants.
Yeah, these people.
Shit their pants. I already know Big Bad Bear is. He does, but whatever.
Yeah, if you can, there's a couple people like to know.
I'm not sure if it's the same person, but we'll see. We can fucking find that. I mean, your brother George could probably really dig that out too, right?
Yeah, they're trying to with some of the people. Man, as divorce attorney says, hack me, please. Okay.
I want to fuck you.
Lucas says,
I want to take that sweet ass of yours. I think you dress up.
Yeah, I know. Did you hear, by the way, we'll talk a little bit about some baseball, but are they going to trade Lindor?
Speaking of woke, speaking of not getting along, speaking of fucking bullshit, you know what I mean? You look at that fucking team on paper and you say, how does this team not can't win a game? It's impossible. They were predicted to be the best team in the NL East and actually give the fucking Dodgers a run for the money, if not even win the World Series. They're the highest paid payroll, and they can't even put together a win. It's horrible. And it's because the chemistry. You can't, apples and oranges just aren't going to mix, you know what I mean? Lindor and Soto, the two fucking big fucking, they're both Latin, but they both fucking don't get along. Lindor's wife is in Mondami's cabinet, by the way.
Yeah.
Imagine that shit.
Yeah.
Lindor's wife is in Mondami's cabinet.
Yeah, and you don't have to like each other. Like, if you look at the 86 Mets, like, Ray Knight hated, Darryl, they all hated each other. It was a mess.
Same thing with the Yankees. And let me tell you something. Reggie Jackson didn't get along with Thurman Munson.
Yeah, they like Thurman Munson.
When Thurman Munson died, they showed.
He was crying.
Yes, they showed Reggie Jackson in the outfield. You could see all you saw was tears just pouring off his face onto the ground.
Yeah.
Joe, I just gotta pee 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Read a comment or so. I hear you in the background.
Go ahead. Go and pee. All right, what else we got here? He says, Harry Ball said, that kid, what's the kid saying? I have no clue. Well, Harry, for the 5th time, the kid is just saying that he told Dave he's not friends with him anymore. He told him to take down. There was some racist stuff in the show he does with Chris Aceto, his father. People say nasty things in the comments, and the comments were racial towards the son. Dave doesn't look at the comments. Dave doesn't pay attention to the comments. Dave gets hit a lot on the comments with a lot of stuff. And it's hard to control some of all these comments. I get a lot of comments that come in. I try to read as many as I can, respond to some. But, I mean, sometimes there's too many. You can't do it, especially when you got other things going on. So the kid is very upset with Dave. And, I know this is going to affect maybe Dave and Aceto's show that they do, because the father is going to want to please the son, and who knows with Dave, the relationship. I don't know what's going to happen, but I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
you know what? Who the fuck are you to tell Joe? If one of these guys fucking started telling you how to run the fucking your site
yeah,
here,
yep,
you'd be like, who the fuck are you?
yeah, who the fuck exactly? But okay,
Who the fuck are you to tell me how to fucking run? You're gonna tell this kid, and like RX is like it's like the way the guy was making it's like RX is a joke. Then why is your father working there? I mean, come on.
yeah, like if since Aceto's kid is in bodybuilding, he's a pro. He's going to have to probably do more stuff to get knowledge. Maybe he might do more social media, maybe do interviews on podcasts. He's going to get hit with a lot of people saying negative stuff at him. It happens.
Especially now it's out in the open. I had no
Yes.
idea that the kid. I didn't. First of all, I didn't know. I knew Aceto had kids, but I thought they were young.
Yeah, I'm the one who sent it to you late last night.
Right. I knew she was. I knew he married a black chick. So, and I don't give two shits. I've been with plenty of black chicks. But I didn't know she was Muslim, and I don't give a fuck. But now I know, everybody else knows, and now you brought this out to light, and you're actually saying, shoot those poison arrows. You know what I mean? Because now you got the trolls are going to be like, he'll never know who I am. I got this wall that I can hide behind. I'm Venom 1, 2, 3, and then or I'm Amanda's attorney, and then I could fucking just hammer away at him. You know what I mean? Hey, how's your mother's head job? Is it as good as her blow job or something? Something fucked up, and the kid's gonna be like, pulling his fucking hair out. You know what I mean? And then threatening, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You're opening. You're opening. A Pandora's box.
Exactly.
Ready for rain? You got to deal with the mud.
Yeah, and I don't know the situation. Maybe
shit said about that.
Maybe his son still lives under. If his son still lives under his roof, his father's roof, then like Knight Rider says, if my son attacked my friend like that, I would like to get his ass whipped. Be like, what are you doing? You're not going to be making fun of, saying something about. Let me handle it. Shut your mouth.
It should have been that way from the beginning. Should never let your son do your talking for you.
Be a little bit respectful to the elders.
Never.
Especially Dave's knowledge. He knows.
I don't care if you're Muslim, what your deal is. Who cares? I don't give two fucking shits, but you're going to make the trolls. You bring that out, like I said, they know about your mom and this and that. You bring that fucking out, and now you just opened up a can of worms. I'm telling you. You open up a can of worms. You're almost telling the trolls, and now they're going to be like, okay.
Yep, exactly. We got Lucas uses a new name now. Holly Winkle says, I'll be back with a new one by the end of the show. Now he talks. He'll come back with a new one. Yeah, maybe. Dominic DeGiorgio says, Joe, I'd like to apologize for calling you a bunch of names. My real beef was with Valentino and his two-faced agenda, but I'll deal with Valentino another way, buddy. Not their show. Okay.
You'll deal with me by sucking my dick, maybe. And if you're lucky, I might fucking, if your ass is small, I might fucking pound you right in that can.
Yeah, but we were talking about Lindor, right? So yes. There's rumors he's going to be traded because they can't work on the same roof, and now Soto and him, their egos are too big. And Lindor, you're
going to have to get rid of one of them though, because they're killing the team. Barry Larkin went to fucking Ken Griffey Jr. and said, because of you, this team sucks, and because they cater to him, give a different hotel, just like Barry Bonds, different hotel. 8 different restaurants, didn't take the same bus, was treated like, he's like up here and the rest of you are fucking steerage, like the fucking, Titanic.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And that's no good.
Yep. And, Jeff Pearlman, who's a writer for Sports Illustrated.
I love Jeff Pearlman. I just was watching a video of him.
He's friends with me. You know that. He's friends with me.
Jeff Pearlman, I love that guy. I just watched his video, the one he just did. I just watched a bunch of
Ruben Rivera?
I watched the Ruben Rivera one.
He's friends with me. We talk all the time.
Yeah. I just watched his video yesterday, and today I watched the one on Mark McGuire.
See, the only thing is that he actually was going to come on with us, but he's anti-Trump. So he's a little bit. Yeah, you could see that with him. He's anti-Trump.
I can see that in him.
I try not to bring that up with him. He's anti-Trump, but he's really cool guy.
We can convince him.
Yeah, so he's really cool guy. So we were talking, he was telling me about Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, okay, in the locker room, everyone gets you'll get one little locker and then 2, but some of the better players might get 2 lockers so they can kind of expand a little bit. Barry Bonds, they gave him an entire wall side to himself with a TV on the wall and a chair, 2 lounge massage chairs that he can sit down, watch TV. And he had his own section And they're like, yeah, we cater to Barry. And it was enough said. So
That's what happens. The fucking San Francisco Giants were like, please let him break the record so he can finally retire and get the fuck off
out
this
of here.
team.
Yes. Get the fuck out of
It's
here.
the same thing when Ken Griffey Jr. went over there. They were like, fucking shit, whatever you want. They spent so much money, they couldn't go out and get other players. Barry Larkin was like, because of you, we're not going to fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happening now with the Mets. Soto goes back. You know, Soto's mother used to come in the Yankee locker room.
Yes.
And they'd be like, hey, get that lady out of here. What are you doing here? So you can't come in here. And she'd be like, well, I got, you know, Juan Soto, I'm his mother. And they'd be like, I don't give a shit. Get out. And he said, I want my mother should be able to come in. And like a whole bunch of shit. That's one of the tipping points of why he went to the Mets, because they gave his family a whole fucking like luxury box and all this shit, access to, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, sure, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what the other players feel? Like their mothers don't get that. You know, you're lucky you got to pay. Can I get please just 4 tickets for tonight's game?
Yeah.
Okay, I could do 2, but I can't do 4. Please, I'll pay for the other 2. Please, just get me the tickets. You know. Meanwhile, these guys, they fucking got their mothers up there. Man, get me the steak with the T-bone in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're 100% right. You know.
That's so racist, Valentino. What are you doing? That's because I live with that. Okay, so shut up.
Harry Ball says, Dave gets buried always. Dave's no racist, and Dave doesn't read comments usually. Maybe if someone sends money.
I can tell you for a fact that Dave is not racist. I'm with the guy. I've never heard him say the N-word. Sometimes he doesn't even say fuck. And he'll be like, oh, you know, those effing guys. And I'll be like, just say fuck. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When we're talking normal. I'm saying I go out to dinner with him and stuff with his wife, his girlfriend.
Kyle does drugs and junk food meth, says, LOL, Aceto is not the future of bodybuilding. He will not do well on larger circuit and shows like at all. He has no mass at all. You know,
I wish the kid, I know he's natural. I wish the kid all the well, blah, 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 blah. The one thing he's got going for him is his father really is possibly the best conditioning coach there is. Even Palumbo, you know, the technician, you know what I mean? He is great. So if the kid ever does the Babanya, you know, you never know. But he already has his nose up his own ass. You understand? And he already thinks he's better than everybody else. Just by I'm the future. That's what he said. You got to watch the video.
Yeah, I'm the future.
I'm the future of bodybuilding.
Yeah, I mean his
Palumbo,
physique.
I want Dave Palumbo out of bodybuilding. He has no place in bodybuilding. I want him out of here.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? You want him out of here?
Yeah. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah. So when he sends the fucking Fiberlize and Isolize and all that shit to your father's house over there, and you say, "Yeah, give me some of that." Don't go. You don't like him. He's a piece of shit. Don't dare touch the fucking species supplements that your father gets for free.
Yeah, you're right. You know, and maybe he did it to get some. You
no,
know,
he wasn't doing it for publicity. Joe, you see this kid? You sent me the video.
I know.
Smug look, and the way he talked was so typical of wokeness today. I was like,
I know.
I wish the kid the best, but come on, you gotta stop doing stupid shit like that.
Yeah. How old is the kid? You know, I think he's probably about.
He's 18, 19, 20. I don't know how to hold.
Yeah, he's young looking.
I don't know. He's young. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. These kids today don't.
A lot of guys kissed his ass though.
A lot of people in the chat I saw kissing his ass. You know, because they say a lot of people don't like Dave. You know,
guys I'm friends with that I'm good friends with that I worked with for years, and I know they're up Dave's ass and they're over there. And you know what they do? They fucking, you know, and then they'll run to Dave. Oh, Dave, you know what? Yeah, he should have done that. That's fucked up. Oh, but kid, you did a good thing. You're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. You know, I'm sure you guys are going to talk about this on Tuesday when you guys do RX.
Maybe I don't know. I know. You know what? Dave might not want to talk about it because I think he doesn't want to hurt Aceto, Chris. They can give two shits about the son, but he's afraid. We talked. Me and Dave talked for like an hour today, and he was afraid that like he doesn't want to push Chris off the show either. So I don't know if he's going to talk. I'll let him. You know, if he says we can talk about it, you know, he's happy that I fucking stuck up for him. I know that, but he's afraid, like, because I think right now that show with him and Chris is kind of teeter-tottering because of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want, Chris to be like, look, I can't, get my son upset.
His son put his father in a bad position.
Right.
When his father should have been the one.
I understand family comes first and all that shit. But in this case, this is business. It's not family. This is business, okay? Yeah. And you like the food on the table and all. Dave pays good. Dave's very good with Chris. Mm-hmm. Don't kid yourself. Dave,
and not for nothing, but let's say his son was doing something in bodybuilding. Dave would be able to help say, hey, come on the show or get him some more promotion or help him with something. Dave could do that,
And Dave is an easygoing slob, because I'm going to tell you something. After all this, after the kid said Dave needs to get out of bodybuilding, I want him out. He said, I want him out of bodybuilding. I want him out of here. I want him to nothing to. When he says shit like that, right? Do you know Dave? If he said if the kid said, "Look, I'm sorry," whatever, Dave would have him on the show.
Yeah. Yes.
Dave would have him on the show. He'd forget about all that. I'm a schmuck like that too. But I don't know.
I know.
It wasn't cool, not at all, and it makes your father look really bad. Bro.
Really bad. Yeah. All right, guys, we're over an hour right now. I want to say thanks, everyone. Holly, of course, John Mancini, Harry Balls. I hope we answered your question. The dude, Lucas, if you can find out who these people are, let us know, Lucas. Again, Dan, thank you for joining in. Greg Hoffman, we appreciate all you guys. Anthony Z, we appreciate all you guys. We love you guys.
Did you read the Big Bad Bear? He said, I'll put up, he gave you $2.
Yeah, I saw the $2.
He said, I put up $50 for Amanda's attorney to be identified. Identity. He wants to do that. So whoever was doing that,
Lucas. His guy's name was Lucas Dukin or something.
Lucas,
if
whatever.
you can find out, let us know. All right, Greg.
All right.
I love you. I'll talk to you.
I love you, brother.
I'll talk to you. You got it, brother. All right. I'll talk to you later, guys.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Body builder Cody. Gears on the course.